get that like up as you can do it. Woo!
Wrapped around your heart, a weapon drenched in blood. It's falling over you. There's nothing you can do. You know there's nothing angels everywhere, 'cause the righteous are the ones who disappear, inescapable. Soon you'll be back for more. Old enough to lose, still you got to choose. Young enough to live for something you can't
Get that like up as you can do it.
You know there's dropping angels everywhere, 'cause the righteous are the ones who disappear, inescapable. Soon you'll be back for more.
There it is. I'm at the video. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button, damn it.
But the righteous
Purple haze.
ones who's giving in. Oh, there's dropping angels everywhere, 'cause the righteous are the ones who disappear, inescapable.
Get those likes up. Get
Soon
them up.
you'll be back for more.
What is up, my beautiful people? Somebody said there's like 200, 250 people in the room, only 80 likes. What the hell? Okay, look. We can't start our day like that. We can't start our day like that. Y'all thumb the damn video up, people. I hate saying that 1,000 times. I swear, I do. So just look, when you come in, it's like knocking on somebody's door. You just ring that little thing. Bow. Okay. I seen somebody in the chat when I was coming in saying Don Wells is doing a News Nation interview. Okay. News Nation. Okay. What do you think he's going to say? Right? What do you think Don Wells is going to say? I can tell you the same shit he's been saying. A bunch of bullshit. Okay. The story will change 1,000 times. He had a vision from little baby Jesus that somebody was coming to get Summer. Boom. Next thing you know, the dogs led down the trail. Summer vanished. There's the interview for you. I just did it. Okay. Y'all can save yourself a lot of time and effort. But I know you won't because it's Don Wells. You're going to watch it anyway. But what do you think? He's going to come up with some vision of something new, right? I can tell you what happened. The baby tragically met its demise. Rest in peace, little Summer Wells. That's what I've always believed in my heart. These people know what has happened. And they've sending everybody on a wild goose chase. My thing is this is going to come up and spread more misinformation about people that ain't got shit to do with it. Okay? They done blamed everybody on the internet except for Dolly. Dolly didn't get blamed. Okay. First time ever. I didn't get blamed for something. Dolly didn't do it. I'm clear. I passed the polygraph. Dolly didn't do it. Okay. So, but Don Wells and them, they know. They know what goes on that hill. I do not believe that little Summer Wells was kidnapped. I don't believe she was sold into sex slavery, trafficking, any of those things. Nobody stumbled upon that little girl and kidnapped her. Candace was on that fuck shit. Had to steal that just because that's what she was really on. She was off running around with a young man. Who knows doing what? I don't know. I ain't going to accuse her of doing something. But things were seeming a little shady that day to go hella wrong like that. So many rumors about how many times Candace left that hill. Okay. What were they doing? Okay. Were they planting cactuses? The story seems to not add up. All right. According to them, they'll say they passed a polygraph test, but Hawkinsville, or whatever the hell it is, Hawkins County. I just lost my damn train of thought. Anyway, they don't believe the kid's been kidnapped, right? I don't believe the kid's been kidnapped. They had so many searchers out there. I think the whole kidnap thing is a bunch of bullshit. And Don Wells is just going to go up on News Nation. He's just going to say the same shit that he said to everybody, that he was at work. Okay. And now we know there's rumors that Don wasn't at work that day. We already know that. Hunter said he called while he was off with Candace. Now somebody's lying and said that there were some people, a dude over there creeping on the hill at the boys. Okay. That's just basically what he said. So if Hunter's telling the truth, Don Wells came home at some point. You know, he was coming back and forth. Now, when Don Wells or whoever called the authorities, was Don leaving work or did he leave somewhere else? And he just told the authorities that he was leaving work. I'm a Gemini. Thank you for becoming a member. So I don't think, you know, whatever goes down on News Nation is going to be something that's going to be, it's going to change the game, is what I'm saying. He's basically going to go up there and say the same shit that he told everybody. And at this point, like I said, if you compare Tennessee to Virginia, it's night and day. They would be in jail for the inconsistencies in their statements and things like that. The police would have done had their asses up in jail in Virginia. I've always said that. I was like, if this would have happened in Virginia, just 30 minutes up the street, they'd already be on their way to prison. Okay. we'd be watching their court trial right now on damn TV. That's the difference. 30 minutes is the difference between freedom and the rest of your life in prison. 30 fucking minutes is the difference. Okay. 30 minutes up the street, we would have violated your constitutional rights, would have threw you under the jail. You'd have sat and got what you deserved. 30 minutes down the street, we ain't violating no rights. Okay. I say we go beat them with a stick till they talk. Okay. The old phone book trick. We let Andy Griffin go in there and get some info from them. Okay. Old school. Okay. Old school style. They know what's going on. They play a lot of games. This is a big game to them. And they're playing it. Okay. That's just the truth. Okay. Per News Nation, Ronnie Lawson will be given an update in the near future. And thank you, Brittany, for your donation. I believe that. They got to give an update. It's the 2-year anniversary of her going missing. Of course, they're going to give an update, right? The news. Already I'm hearing Candace is turning down news. She don't want the news up there. She's turning down the local news. Right? I've already heard that. I got inside people in Tennessee. So she don't want the news. It's just a whole bunch of playing games with the whales. It's a game. It's a big game to them. And they're winning. And they're absolutely winning the game. They got people running around like suckers. Okay. You would think that these two backwood ass people wouldn't have that much intelligence. That's what it just shows you in this world. You go judging a book by its cover, you're off right off the rip. You look at these people, you would think dumb as hell. No lie. You would think, yo, these are the dumbest people I've ever seen in my life. You look dumb. Okay. They ain't. They're far from that. Way, 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 way far from that. Not only that, I think these people may be master manipulators. They reel you in and they try to play this, oh, we're so bad, you know. And then really in reality, they're just hustlers and grifters on the internet that covered up the crime of their kid. And then somehow spun that into an internet grift. Okay, I don't know how this. I've never seen nothing like it. I've been trying to figure it out for 2 fucking years. Okay, well, a year and a half. I was 6 months late to the party. Okay, but for a year and a half, I've been kicking this shit around in my brain with all the players and all the weirdo shit they've been doing, and just going there, seeing things, meeting them, and it still, in my mind, has never changed. Never. People are like, oh, Dolly, you're defending the whales. No, I'm not. I went and met the whales. I've never changed what I thought happened this summer. Not one time. Have I said there's possibilities that other things could have happened? Yeah, there's possibilities that aliens could have abducted her. Okay, especially with all this shit going on now in the world. News Nation with the dude, the damn alien guy that outed the government for having aliens and bodies and shit just recently. So, I mean, that's a possibility. But the facts of this to me, and the only thing that makes sense in my mind is something tragic happened that day. Candace was doing something she shouldn't have been doing. And she's covered up the disappearance of her daughter because she don't want to get in trouble. Right? And for all we know, you got strange circumstances. I ain't saying they got nothing to do with Rose Bly. Okay. But it's just, it seems a little funny. That seems a little funny. And then the chances of Summer going missing too in the same family, 2 people vanishing in the same family. Okay. I can't think of one person that's vanished in my family. I know some that probably should, but they haven't. Okay. So how does 2 people in your family go missing like that around the same 2 people, Grandis and Candace? Whatever went on that hill, Grandis knows. That's why she left. She fled. You didn't hear Grandis saying much. And then some of the things that have been rumored that she said don't line up with what Candace says. We know they put her in a brand new school outfit, right? They put her in a brand new school outfit. Why would they let her go plant cactuses in her brand new first day of school clothes? Don't make sense. The outfit she went missing in don't make sense. It don't make sense. Remember, everybody thought she's wearing a jacket. Didn't they come to find out that jacket's in a memorial box along with other things, bathing suits and things like that? Because you got to remember, at one point, Candace was trying to hook up with BK. Okay? She's trying to hook up with BK. She was trying to hook up with Ernie Shell. She was doing these weirdo things while Don was locked up. Okay? Now, you notice when Don got out, her ass don't be on the internet, right? Don ain't allowing that. You know what I'm saying? She may be on the internet spying, but she ain't up there streaming along with BK with some aluminum foil on her head. Okay, Don done put a to that. All right, which I don't blame him. You know what I'm saying? Your old lady was out there making you look a little stupid during this time frame, right? But look, I know Candace and Don are ride or die. They are. They'll beat each other to death before they tell on each other. I swear they will, and then they'll stay together. These 2 people ain't never leaving each other. Okay, that's not happening. I knew that wasn't happening when she was googly eyeing BK and trying to get, I don't know what they done, because I've heard some things about them being in a hotel room together and things like that. BK, you nasty. But look, anyway, I don't go on BK because BK's going through some stuff right now. BK, man, on the real, reach out and call me. Okay. if you watch this by any chance, you're going through a lot. Dolly's here for you, bro. Dolly's here for you. But on the whale thing, look, I'm just going back in history. This ain't nothing to hurt BK right now. Okay. This ain't against you, BK. But yeah, she's doing strange shit. And if she was doing inappropriate shit with BK, Ernie Shell, and you know, all googly eyed, what was she doing with Hunter? Okay. I think Candace needs attention, and if dudes give her attention, she likes it. Okay, you gotta remember, you live on a hill in the middle of nowhere. You probably want some attention too. I'd probably want some damn attention, but she seems to like that attention. And I know all of them. They got sock accounts and they watch all this stuff. They see everything. They just sit around and fucking sip and watch the internet because it's a game to them, and they're one step ahead of the internet at all times because they're moving pieces on the board as they need to do. You notice they jump around. You know, they jump around. They be over there with this person, this person, this person, because they're moving different chess piece on the board. They're playing a game. I see the game they're playing. I see it. Misdirection, misinformation. Look here while we're doing this here. It's a smoke and mirrors game. And they've been doing it from the jump. Okay. And what is helping them is the internet and the misinformation. I think that's really what's keeping them free. The internet spun it so bad and blamed so many different people that we don't look at the people that done it. Same thing, and I know some of y'all going to disagree with me, the West Memphis 3. That shit was spun until them fucking killers were innocent. Okay? When you start spinning shit and adding all these different impossible possibilities, okay? Well, it's a possibility, but it's damn impossible, okay? Then you add confusion, and next thing you know, you got 3 child killers walking the streets. I mean, it is that. That's what muddying the water can do. Okay? HBO. Muddying the water, Johnny Depp, Eddie Vedder, Dixie Chicks, Marilyn Manson. That's what muddying the water can do. Right? It's definitely, you know, and they're doing that. They're doing that without HBO, without Eddie Vedder, without Johnny Depp, without Marilyn Manson, without the Dixie Chicks. They're able to do it on a large level without the help of big, powerful people. How? They're smart. They're a lot smarter than the mullet. Okay? That fucking mullet is fooling everybody. Okay? It's like Joe Exotic. The mullet throws you off. Okay? The mullet right there is a misdirection. It's like a magic trick. You're looking at the mullet and you're not paying attention over here. Okay? The mullet, you over here looking at this mullet, but you don't even see what the hands are doing. And they were able to do that with the internet. Facts. Okay? Think about it. It took the West Memphis 3 millions of dollars to confuse the fuck out of everybody. It took them 2 bottles of wild turkey, some black velvet, and a crack rock, and they smoke and mirrored the whole fucking internet. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm going to open the phone lines because I want to hear what y'all think about Don going on News Nation. It's smoke and mirrors. It is a magic trick. Okay? It is a magic trick pulled off by the mullet. That mullet is fucking, it may be, it could be a super criminal. I could see that shit on Masterminds. It starts with a mullet and the music kicks in. It's that red background screen and shit. And it's just like, they almost got away with it. You know, it's something of that nature, right? People are judging a book by the cover. And I'm telling you, when you open that book, it is like reading Criminology 101. Okay? You think Brian Kohlberger had a master's degree? These people know nothing but a life of crime. They kind of just came up in it hustling, and you hear prostitutes and drug dealing and all these things. They probably know more about crime than any of us sitting in this room. Some people You go to college for 8 years to get an education. They spent their whole life getting an education on the streets. These people ain't stupid. By far, they're not stupid. And like I said, they know what YouTubers to grab onto to move pieces on the board, misdirection. Let's start blaming this person. Let's get these people blaming these persons. You get people involved, okay? Defending them completely from the rip, all right? Signing non-disclosure agreements that they know stuff and they can't tell it. Tim Mullins making everybody, I don't even want to say the dude's name. He's sad right now. But in other people, Cam Alley, all them people up there were up on that hill signing non-disclosure agreements. There's a reason for that. Everything in this world happens for a reason. Shit just don't out of place happen. Okay? We live in the Matrix. This shit is a program. Everything happens for a reason. Okay? Everything happens for a reason. And there's a reason behind that. Just like there's a reason behind why I tie my shoes. Okay? Because I don't want to fucking trip. There's a reason for every action in this world. Just facts. Give me a second. I'm going to open the phone lines. Oh, before that, let me share my screen. Hold on. Or y'all won't hear the phone calls. Okay, so give me 1 second now. Let me open up my phone lines. All right, let me throw the call-in number on the screen real fast. Boom. All right, what do y'all think about Don Wells being on News Nation? Is it going to be the same old bullshit that he's been telling? Dog path. Somebody got my baby. You know, I had a vision. Or is he going to add something new? Is News Nation going to investigate into it? Okay. See, that's one thing I liked about Chris Hansen. He didn't just talk about shit. He investigated it. You know what I'm saying? He dug deep into it. If you just talk about the case, shit, we got YouTube. Everybody talks about the case. That's nothing new. We need somebody that's going to do a deep dive into the case. And one thing when Chris Hansen was on the lab, you know, they kept mentioning Summer Wells to him, and he's like, yo, you know, I'm gonna get my people and we're gonna look into this. When I heard that, I had a little bit of like, hell yeah. All right. Because Chris Hansen hey, that dude he knows how to dig into some shit. I don't know where he learned all that shit, because he seems like a proper kind of guy, but I bet you behind the scenes he party his ass off. I just know this. But when he said he was going to look into it, I was like, yo, that's good. You know, because he's kind of like a private investigator in his own way. You know, so I thought that was good. When you hear News Nation, all they're going to do is interview Don, and he's going to spread the same misinformation or the same story he's told this whole time. That's just what I think anyway. All right, let me refresh this phone line. You guys are quiet this morning, or is the phone lines not working? Usually as soon as I turn that phone line on, that bitch is ringing before I can get the number up. Is there wells on their property? I'm sure there's wells on their property. But I don't think that baby's in no well, and I 100% don't believe she's on that property. One, I went up in the wintertime, you could see all the property, unless she's buried somewhere on the property. But they had cadaver dogs up there and things of that nature. That's real. They were searching hand in hand, hundreds of people, whatever they did, or whatever happened, you know, that baby is not on that hill. Not whatsoever. 2 years, no signs of kidnapped. Okay. They haven't declared her deceased or anything. Okay. Because here in Virginia, Cody Bixby went missing, and within 6 months of him missing, or 7 months, you know, one day arrested the dad. They declared Cody dead, opened the investigation. Now they've charged him with the murder of his son. It's came out that Cody Bixby, his dad Corey, actually murdered him 7 months before he reported him missing. That's horrible. But Virginia didn't play. When he couldn't explain where his son was at, no signs of kidnapping, he went to jail for neglect for leaving them kids there. taking his eyes off his kids. It's the same thing. Look, you can't not watch your kids. You can't leave your kid in with another kid and think that is somebody watching your kid. No, because now you just took your eyes off of two kids. Okay. There's a certain age you got to be legally to babysit a kid. Okay. I think it's like 13 or something like that. 12, 13. I know it's somewhere in the teenage years. You just can't leave your kids with other kids and think that's, oh, I left them with a 10-year-old, your 3-year-old. No, you just left two little ass kids by themselves. And there's rumors that Candace was leaving the hill. Then who'd she leave with? Who had the kids? She wasn't watching the boys. Just thank God nothing happened to the boys. Okay, because them boys out there raising their damn selves in the holler. I mean, just facts. They didn't take those boys. The first misinformation I think they put out there was they took the boys because of the internet had them in danger, people. That is not true. That is not, I don't think that's true whatsoever. Okay. Y'all were drinking. The house wasn't up to par. There was a lot of reasons to take those boys to say, well, the boys were in danger because people were coming up here and I had to get my gun. And no, that ain't, no. And if that was the case, the boys would be back. And they're not. And I don't believe that boys are coming back. I think if they're innocent, I've said this a lot. If they didn't have nothing to do with this, they probably deserve their boys back. But if they do have anything to do with this, definitely not. And, I ain't saying that everything you hear about somebody's true. That's definitely can't be the case, right? Because I hear all kind of shit about me that's true. But some things in that are true. Maybe there's a little bit of truth and a little bit of it. And if any of that is any truth in any of the things that have been said about him, is horrible. When he came up here and he started blaming a small child for what happened, you know what I'm saying? Because he was touching a small child inappropriately and he started to blame that small child. My soul almost jumped out my body. I just couldn't do it. I was like, man, you cannot sit here and blame a fucking kid. You know what I'm saying? Even if you were a kid, you were an old enough kid to know better. That's what he was trying to say was, I was a kid and she was a kid and it was kid shit. You was an older fucking kid. You should have knew better than that. Like, I don't know what type of back. See, I honestly think, and I asked Don, was you the big M as a child? Right? Because usually some people that happens to, just they perpetuate that. It's the chain. It's the cycle. Right? And he was like, nah. Then where did you learn how to act like that? Because I believe behavior is learned behavior. Unless you have some mental illness, then you might not learn it. You might have just did it. But most people, they are like sponges. They watch what goes around them and they mimic it. Right? So I always just thought, maybe, he might not want to admit it because that's a hard thing for me that somebody did something inappropriate to you as a child and your actions have perpetuated, because there's no reason whatsoever in a million years that a grown ass man should be naked in the shower with his daughter. There just ain't. There ain't. And not at that age, and at any age, for that matter of fact. Now, if you're a father and you're giving your daughter a shower, you put her in the shower, you wash her off, you get her out, you drop, you should never be in the shower with your kid like that. Okay. Maybe a mother with her baby, you know what I'm saying? But as a dude, you shouldn't be in the shower with your son like that. Okay. Your son the same height. He shouldn't be in the shower with you. He shouldn't. It's weird. It's super strange. I can get it from a mother. Okay. And not an older teenage boy. That would be fucking weird. But as with her babies, you know what I'm saying? A mother in the tub with her babies. I could get that. But the dad, hell no. That ain't the same. It's totally creepy. It's totally fucking weird. Strange things. Like in Don's mind, that shit is acceptable. Right? It's acceptable. It's normal behavior to take a piss, to take a shit right in front of people, while he's talking to you. Like, dude, I know you've been to jail, but there's no way you're institutionalized. You ain't been there that long. Okay. When you do 6 months in jail, you don't get out like you just did 60 years. Okay. I've done 6 months in jail. I didn't get out pissing in front of people. I was just thinking, thank God I get to use the bathroom by myself finally. You know, I know that you don't just, like, it's weird. Like, why does, see, look, drugs fuck your brain up. Just say no, kids. Just say this is what powerful drugs do to your mind. You believe JS, that's crazy. She's crazy. Jody Sue? Do I believe Jody Sue? I don't believe shit Jody Sue says. I don't believe any of them. Okay? I think they're all involved and they had Bigfoot covered up. I don't know at this point. You know? I don't, that whole place is dysfunctional. You look what's in that holler there, it's all not good. Okay? Now, if you go to the back, there's some nice shit back there. That ain't got nothing to do with the rest of them. But in that front of that holler, I just don't know. You know, I like Tennessee. All the people I met in Tennessee are awesome. But you look at them people down there, they're making all of that area look bad to me. You know, like, just tell everybody where the baby is. That's what I say. You know, let all these YouTubers get the proper funeral. We can move on. You know what I'm saying? I don't see them in prison forever. Hold on, guys. Dolly. Hello. Hello. Okay, goodbye. Going once, going twice. No call, no call. And Don admitted he took showers with Summer. Yeah, you know. But there's still the possibility that, you know, they're dysfunctional as shit, yes. But there is that possibility they could have nothing to do with it. There is that possibility. But I think that possibility is slim. You know, if somebody would have done something to Summer, somebody would have done talk, somebody would have told, nothing's came out. They had a $75,000 reward for information for Summer, and nobody still talked. Hey, Bullhorn Betty, just saw you were live. Good to see everyone. Good to see you too. Yeah, at a $75,000 reward, and let me tell you, people in that area, they're broke as shit. You don't see, it ain't a whole lot of rich people in that area. Like, you don't even see nice, like, super, super nice cars, you know, like you see around here. You might see a Lambo. You know, I live in the city, so you see some really nice shit, right? There's a lot of wealthy people around here. You go there ain't. It ain't even the same. It ain't even close. $75,000 to them people out there is a huge amount of money. Okay. And nobody said nothing. You know why? Because nobody knows nothing. The only people that know shit are them people on that hill. And I've already heard them say some conflicting statements to even to me. And this was a weird one. And I'll share this with y'all. In the basement, some of you, aka some people call it a dungeon. Okay. Don had the stairs were gone. You know, whatever stairs Summer at that time had went down in the basement were gone. They're not there. There's no stairs there. It's just a hole in the fucking floor in the basement. Okay. And we're in the basement. He's re-drywalled the basement. It ain't been painted yet, but it's been drywalled and it's all the walls are new in the basement. Okay. And there's that door. And at some point, I'm not even thinking, I'm just talking to Don in general. And I was like, hey, ain't there wasn't there a couch right there? And Don says, nah, there wasn't no couch right there. But I could have swore I heard so many people say they used to push the couch up in front of the door. Where did the couch go? Okay. Why would you lie about something so small? Okay, like a couch. No, like I mean, I remember hearing it. That was a couch there. I remember hearing about the couch too. See, I ain't the only one, right? I ain't the only one. So we're sitting in the basement, and it wasn't even. I wasn't even thinking about the couch. I wasn't concerned about the couch. You know, it's just one of them questions. I'd be just walking, talking. Wasn't there a couch there? You know, just curiosity kind of thing. No, no, there was no couch there. I'm like, am I in a parallel universe? Dolly.
Hey,
Hey.
you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Jennifer calling from Alabama.
Hey, Jennifer.
I'm calling to make sure the phones were working.
Yeah,
I'm
that
seeing
works.
Okay, just making sure.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Peace.
Bye.
They work. Damn, the phone lines work. Y'all guys are just quiet today. Y'all must be just listening to me rant. After something happened to Summer, they might have burned her with the couch. I pray to God that ain't the case. Where is this couch at? You know what I'm saying? Where was the couch at when Summer went missing? What dump did you take the couch to? Okay. Now, what scares me is this. We done learned how hard it is to find somebody in a landfill or trash dump, any of that stuff. It's hard. We done heard that it's real rare, like Quentin Simon, for them ever to recover a body when it hits the landfill. It took them a month. Hundreds of people out there searching all day long to find just a piece of Quentin. Dolly.
What's up, Dolly?
What's up?
What's Rebel?
Rebel. What's good with you?
Yeah, working a little bit. Slinging these pizzas out the door.
Slinging pizzas?
Yeah.
Oh, I hear that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. What you were talking about, Don and Candace, in my opinion, just my opinion, dog.
Uh-huh.
I think it had something to do with it. I think it's mainly Candace that did, though.
I think so, too. And I think Don is just a ride or die kind of guy. And he's just riding with Candace. Yeah. And sad as that is, but I do believe that.
I do, too.
Yeah. And
but, I mean, he's got something to do with it, too, if he's helping cover it up, in my opinion.
Yeah, if you covering it up, you just don't say nothing. You're just as responsible. He just don't want to lose his old lady. You know what I'm saying? He loves Candace. Yeah, for what? That mullet's magic.
Well, they used to be back in the 80s. I don't know about now.
It grabbed him in the 80s.
Well, you touched it, so I don't know.
It's powerful, but
you just want to touch it.
I was able to let go. You know what I'm saying? I was able to move on from.
Right.
So.
Well, I just wanted to call in and give you my opinion on it, buddy. I'm at work. I can't stay on long.
Okay, Rebel, you be good, man. Don't work too hard.
Hey, do me a favor, though.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor? Shout out my little grandson. Today's his 7th birthday. He's 7 years old today.
What's his name?
James.
Happy birthday, James. Happy 7? I remember when I was 7.
7? Yeah. Well, I can barely remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, happy birthday to him. I hope y'all have a great day today, Rebel. Y'all have fun and enjoy your birthday. Buddy. They don't stay small long.
You too, man.
Peace.
No doubt. Later.
Yeah, kids don't stay small long, boy. They grow up fast. I can remember my little daughter was 7, like yesterday. Now she's 23 and wants all my money. Okay. They grow up fast. When people say fast, it's fast. Or you get old fast. I don't know which one. I think you just get old fast. Dolly.
I would like to call in to inquire about this couch.
This couch? Okay, you want to buy one?
No.
Okay.
Okay. I need more like concrete info on it. I'm so confused on it. I've heard people say that they had it shoved up against that basement door because it wouldn't lock.
Yeah.
And then I've heard people say after
I see you, PJ.
Yeah, Team Rose is blocked.
Team Rose is blocked. I'll try to go in a second and unblock her.
Okay. So I've heard people say that I've heard two things. He took the couch outside and burnt it because they burn trash there. You know,
Yeah.
like I know a lot of states people burn their trash. And then I heard that he dumped it somewhere, like at a trash pile or something. But if they did, if I don't see him doing that, if it was of any significance, they would just go get it, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm confused about the couch.
Yeah, I mean, because I just asked in a random way, like, you know, I wasn't even thinking about the couch. It wasn't nothing. I wasn't even thinking like they put Summer in the couch or anything. I was just thinking because we came in that door, and I remember them saying that the door was locked, and I remember Jose saying something about, I believe it was Jose, it was something about how the couch moved up there, and Chris McDonough had said something about the couch. So
Might have been them I heard talking about how it got burned or taken to a trash pile. It was probably Jose.
and I've heard the lab talk a lot about the couch. Okay. So I don't know, just maybe something subconsciously made me ask about that couch.
Right. So if the door wouldn't lock and it was shoved up there, did they fix the lock before she went missing?
Well, I mean, if the door didn't lock, I still don't think nobody came in there and kidnapped Summer Wells. I mean, let's think about this in the country. You know, if you can walk up on somebody's property, you could get shot. You know? You just don't walk up to houses in the woods, you know, because people in the woods ain't used to people walking up to their houses. So if you walk up to somebody's house in the woods, they're thinking you're some type of intruder.
Right, but do you remember Candace saying that door was locked when she was outside with her mom?
Yeah.
The back. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. If the couch was shoved up against the door because it was locked, because it wouldn't lock, did they fix the lock for it to be locked when that day Summer went missing?
And the other thing is, if they were outside planting flowers, how come they didn't see the person coming up the dog trail? Because you can see the dog trail from where Granda's had a trailer park. If somebody ran on the dog trail with her, why didn't they see it? Why didn't they see the person come up the dog trail?
Right, that's another thing. That's a good point because the school bus, the dog trail's right beside that school bus. Okay, it's right beside. Well, at least one of them are. You remember the video where Chris is like the
school bus is off to the right. When you come out the back door, when you come directly out their back door, the dog trail is almost directly in front of it, a little bit to the left. All right,
okay, to the left.
Walk me to the dog trail. He said, "This is the dog trail." And what the dog trail is if you go back to my first video when I was on Ben Hill Road and I find the sign in the woods, I run up the little side of the little mountain. That's the dog trail. The dog trail is technically a little to the left of where I ran up in that video. So the school bus, the school bus sits off to the right, and they store Grandis's shit in it. They use it as storage. Because I asked Don about the school bus. I was like, "Why y'all got that big ass fucking school bus junking up the yard?" Because I was talking to him about cleaning up the yard. Like, look, man, you trying to get your kids back? You need to clean this shit up, you know. And I would start with getting these vehicles out of here, these school shit that kids could get hurt on. Okay. You don't want to be where people walk out and go, "Well, your kid could get hurt on that. Your kid could fall into the fucking dungeon. They could fall off this cliff over here." You need to make the area safe for your kids. And he was like, "Well, we don't want to get rid of the school bus because that's Grandis's stuff. She keeps her stuff in there. I guess he used to drive school buses in the day or something back in the day or something. I don't fucking know." But
okay, let me ask you. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you good.
Okay, so do you remember the video where Dawn was standing outside with Candace? He pointed at the school bus. He said, "Is that the dog trail?" She said, "I'm not exactly sure where the dog trail is." And I was like, "Are you kidding me? If the dogs hit on her scent going down the dog trail, you can't even tell them which dog trail it was?"
Well, yeah.
So maybe the one by the school bus is just like a path going down, huh?
The thing about the trail is this: when you're at the bottom of it, looking up, you can't really see the house and shit. But when you're at the top looking down, you can see the road.
Yeah.
Like I've stood at the bottom of the dog trail and didn't even know the fucking house was there. Okay, I didn't even know where the house was at until I actually physically went up to it. You can't see the house in the summertime.
because of all the leaves and everything all in bloom. Well, you know, the only thing that confuses me is them saying that her scent went down the dog trail and stopped at the road. That's the only thing that makes me think.
You know why
think
them
that she was
dogs?
thrown in a car.
You know why them dogs tracked her trail down there? Because she'd been running down that up and down that trail probably 1,000,000 times.
Yeah, how do they know? That was another thing. How do they know how old that scent was?
That's what I'm saying. She played in that area in them woods and running around for a long time. So her scent was all through there. That's the area she played in. So that was
Okay,
right
let me ask
outside
you
her
one more
back
thing.
door.
I'll ask you one more thing and then I'll leave you alone. Dev Vlogs has been a member for 3 months. 13 months.
Awesome. Thank you for being a member.
Okay, so beside the bus, did you see the little old swing set? It doesn't have swings or a slide on it anymore. It's literally just the frame of the swing set with monkey bars on it.
No, I think that was gone. I don't think that was still there.
Okay, well, apparently, according to JS, I know no one believes a thing, you know, but she said that when she first walked up there one summer, they were yelling for Summer, saying she was missing and stuff. The oldest boy told her the last time he saw Summer was when she was playing on that swing set by the school bus. And that's right. And I thought that was right beside the dog trail because that's what Kristen pointed at and said, is that the dog trail? And I was like, well, that would make sense because that would put her right beside that dog trail for the scent, you know?
Okay, the house Summer Swing is in the front of the house. Ben Hill Road faces the back of the house. So the door the basement door faces Ben Hill Road. Okay. So what they're saying is possibly Summer came out the house, went around to her swing, which would have put her on the opposite side of Grandis's trailer. Because Grandis's trailer, let's just say the back door was in front of us. Grandis would have been off to the right. Summer would have went off to the left and around the house to get to her swing in the front. Okay. But if where Grandis's trailer sat, if they were outside, which I don't believe they were planting cactuses or flowers or any of that.
No, they got trees growing in them. Come on.
So they could see the dog trail. They would have been able to see that area. Now, if Summer would have been in the front on the swing, they probably possibly couldn't have seen that.
Right, because the house was blocking it.
That's
another thing.
Exactly.
If she went out of that back door to play on her swing, that's what I was thinking. It's on the other side of the house. They wouldn't have seen her go out, but they wouldn't have heard anything. Why were all the dogs not there? And I really do, Dolly. I think there's 2 dog trails. I think
here's
the one
thing.
to the left.
The dogs just bark. So even if somebody was there and say the dogs were barking, that might actually help them because you won't hear them coming. All you're going to hear is them loud ass dogs barking that always bark. And people are able to slip right up on you. You know, if your dogs constantly bark, you don't know if an intruder's coming because your dogs are always barking. It's when you got a dog that don't bark and then it barks. Then you know somebody's there. Like Lolo. Lolo don't bark. If something moves, she barks. Like that. I just got some mail and Lolo barked. You hear her bark?
I hear her. Yep. Okay, so the thing with the dogs is, you know, all the videos on Candace's old TikToks, all the dogs are always right with her, chasing her around the yard and stuff. I feel like they wouldn't have left her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, if she was to wander off, the dogs would have followed her. Yes.
But think about that. Think about the dog trail. Think about the one on the left, and then I'll send you the video of Chris M pointing out the other one by the school bus. There's a little trail that goes down the woods there too. And that's the one right by that swing set. And I don't think he was talking about his swing because they always called, you know, the oldest boy, they always called it her swing. I think the swing set would be different. Why would they call it a swing set? I think that was the one with the monkey bars, the frame. And what if that's why they got rid of it so fast? They didn't get rid of all the other junk. They took out a whole darn swing set. Why?
You think she possibly got hurt on the swing?
No, I think that maybe
I don't think she got hurt because from everything I hear, and you know, that she was nimble and she liked to climb, she liked to swing, she was like a little spider monkey. You know what I'm saying? And usually kids that climb and are good like that, they usually don't get hurt either.
Right. They're active kids. They're little monkeys. That's what I was going to say. Melinda says behind the bus is monkey bars. The other dog trail's on the other side of the bus, and it faces where they saw the man in the blind. In the deer blind? Is that what she's talking about?
I'm assuming so.
Where was the swing in comparison to the truck?
The truck is in the front of the house. Okay, here's the thing about the truck. Depending on which truck you're talking about, there's a bunch of vehicles out there. The truck that sits up at the house is sets right. If you go on the other side of that truck, there's a fucking cliff. It ain't like a straight cliff, like a straight drop. But if you fell down it, you probably would die. No lie. It's unsafe. It's definitely unsafe.
Yeah, that's the picture Jinky sent me when you were talking about it. It is really unsafe. If
She sent
child
you a
fell
picture
down
when I
it,
was talking about it?
Yeah,
It's steep. And the funny thing
it
is,
is.
me and Don was just talking, and we kind of just floated right over to it. And I'm thinking, I hope he don't push me off this bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's right where that truck sits, right on the other side of it. It's like 1 foot, and then it's a steep ass. Like if you was to fall, there's a lot of little trees that stick up off the side of the mountain. You would hit trees on the way down, like straight. You wouldn't be able to stop yourself. It would F you up really bad.
Right.
So they should have had them like some type of guardrail or something up, especially with kids that could fall down and shit. I mean, I don't know, I ain't saying Summer fell down or nothing, but because I think there would have been traces of blood and you know what I'm saying? Dogs would have picked up on it or somebody had seen, but it is dangerous. The one part of it.
I just think it's really important to remember that the oldest boy, he told, well, this is all alleged. Obviously, the whole freaking case.
They lie so much because I'm hearing rumors right now that they sold the property and the new owners don't want people up there and all kinds of bullshit lies. Don't they know people can look your deed up on the internet?
They can.
Yeah, you can look up who owns property on the internet. If it sells, it'll have the new owner of the property.
Your trolls be looking your property up. Remember, you can look up anything on.
Apparently so. Anything they own that's in their name, you can find. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they didn't sell that property. They haven't sold that property. They're like they ain't there, and somebody else owns it, and all kinds of weird shit. It's all just a big game to the Wells. I don't know why. And if you're playing a game, there has to be a reason playing it.
Oh, yeah, because I don't want the truth coming out. Did you see that gate they put up at the end of their driveway, or they got Tim Mullins to put up?
No, what do they need a gate at the end of the driveway? They act like millions of people are trying to come up to their house, and they're not.
Well, I guess they put it up because of Summer's Day, remember? Well, they put a gate up, and they decorated it with, like, little potted flowers and posters for Summer and
they just recently did it?
Yeah, they posted it on their Facebook page like 2 days ago. I'll send it to you. But I think it's to stop people from coming up their driveway.
Nobody, you can't get up their driveway unless you drive a 4x4 truck up their raggedy fucking driveway. You couldn't get up if you wanted to. You would need my truck to get up their driveway. You would tear your whole fucking car up trying to get up their driveway. Get the fuck out of here with that. Put a gate up. What do you need to put a gate up? You can't get a fucking car up it anyway.
They did put a gate up. Maybe it's so if people walk up there, they can say, look, we had a gate up, no trespassing, like, get them in trouble. Who knows?
Get a hiking stick. I was out of breath time I walked up that hill. They're making it like people are out trying to get to them, and ain't nobody doing that shit. Ain't nobody cares like that about them like that.
Look, Dolly, someone just said, Texaholic said there's even an ADT security sign on the gate, or around the gate, I guess.
They can't pay their goddamn power bill. How are they going to? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding?
No, I'm not.
Who's paying for that service? Benny Keys? Who's paying for Tim Mullins? What do they think they own the street? What do they think they own the street?
Yeah, it's a freestanding gate, beautiful sunflower. It's a freestanding gate. It's not connected to anything. They literally put it up to keep people from going in. I'll just have to show you for you to be able to visualize it.
I don't want to go in their shit anyway. I done been in it. You know?
No, not you.
I know. I'm saying people in general are not trying to go up to their house. It's
Right.
silly. It's like,
Well, they think.
let's
guess
say
they think
like
that.
everybody's out to get us is what they're doing. Oh, we're scared. We're put up a gate. We don't want people there. You know, people don't fucking care. They don't have no problem taking money from anybody on the internet.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why they're staying on. That's why they're staying on YouTube to get the money. I think. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna hang up and let other people
All right.
call in, or let's just keep on.
All right, peace.
All right, bye.
Yeah. They don't want the help of the internet. You know what I'm saying? They don't want real people that want to help them. They say they do, but I still feel like they don't. I still to this day help. They don't want people down there searching for their kid. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey.
I know, the couch you were talking about against the door.
Uh-huh.
All right, I remember that came from Jose talking about that, right?
Yeah. That's what I remember.
Okay.
I swore I heard Jose say they used to push the couch up against the door.
Yes. Well, also, Candace had told on like a year ago or on somebody's live stream about waking up and Don was having sex with some girl on the couch. Don recently admitted to that on somebody's live stream. Jody Sue had said a year ago she saw Candace chasing the girl down the street and Don running after Candace. So that might be why they got rid of the couch, because it was gone before Chris M went up there, remember?
Well, yeah, Don even said to me that he had, done wrong things in his relationship and he had apologized to Candace for, and he was, he played the Jesus thing. I did wrong, but I'm trying to,
his cocaine and prostitutes in Knoxville or wherever.
Yeah. And that I think that's his biggest downfall is the cocaine addiction, and and Candace for sure alcohol. Well,
here's the thing that
both of them I believe to be full blown alcoholics. And I ain't saying that to be mean. I'm just saying that because that's truthful.
No, I agree. But here's the thing that gets me is I know back in like my drinking days, and I don't drink that much anymore. I do smoke weed. But if I was drinking and smoking weed, I mean, I'm good at keeping secrets, but I will start running my mouth and telling people all kinds of stuff, everything I know about something. So that's what blows my mind is that they've been on, they've been on all these live streams and they've never one time said anything
I know
that could be used against them,
I know my inner demons have fought each other for so long over that, because I believe that they covered it up. But then I believe in my mind too, is why would you bring attention to yourself? Why would you, why are all these things the way they are? And it makes me sometimes think they had nothing to do with it, day by day. But majority of the time, I believe they covered it up.
I really still think Candace did. And I was watching another channel today where they went back over the Dr. Phil interview and the behavior panel.
Yeah.
And they said Don seemed to be like totally ignorant to what might have happened. I still think
Don is a con man. I don't.
Well, I know, but he drove that Subaru that day, and that's got the Starlink and all that. So if he was lying about being at work, you would think they would know that and would have proof.
I don't dispute that he may have been at work. I dispute the fact that he knows what his old lady done. And look, the horrible thing is this: if it was an accident, it was an accident.
Right. I mean, why cover that up? Why not call 911 immediately?
Because she was drinking. She was drunk, and she thought she was probably going to go to jail. And
you want to know what I honestly think? You want to know what I've honestly thought all along? Is the time they got home was like what 3:30 or something like that. I honestly think that she either started drinking or maybe she took her mom's pain pill or something like that. And I think she went to sleep.
I do too. I do too. I think that, and she left. I think she left Summer in the car because she was sleeping in them videos, sleeping on the milk. I think when she got there, she hauled out to the boys, get the fucking groceries out the car, The boys probably give 2 F's about their little sister. They go out there, grab all the shit out of the car, leave her out there. It's 78 degrees that day. We just had a baby.
And humid.
Look,
I live in Virginia. It's very, very humid in the summertime.
yeah, I've been out there on the same day she went missing last year, and I almost had a heat stroke. So 77 degrees. We just had a baby. Well, except in the high 70s where she was at. We just had a baby in a car pass away on a 77-degree day. Okay.
Well, because your inside car temperature gets up
Raises.
to like 110, 120. Yeah.
And in a small child, their body temperature raises. I learned this because I had to learn this in this shit. So I learned something from this. A small child's body temperature raises 3 times faster than an adult's. Okay. So it would take us 3 times longer to have a heat stroke in a vehicle. A baby will have that heat stroke 3 times faster.
Yep. I think she fell asleep, passed out, something, and woke up, and Summer was dead. And I hate, as much as I hate to even say that, but CPS had just closed out a case the day before, about the kids and the BB guns.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it freaked her out, like, oh shit, I'm going to end up going to jail.
See, that was
something.
I'm glad you brought up the BB guns, because a lot of the internet rumors circle around that the social services were coming the next day. The social services had already been there, and it was because of those BB guns and Summer being on the roof. That's what Don told me. Summer was cool.
Yeah.
He let Summer play.
And I've heard him say that on a live stream before, that he said no to her at first, and then he said, all right, I'll let you get on the roof, and all that.
He openly told me at his house, he was like, he told me why the social services were there. Because I asked him, I was like, okay, what's the deal with the social services? And he said, look, that's all lies, because the social services was here the day before over Summer being on the roof and the boys shooting the BB guns. Somebody in the holler called on him. So it had to be Jody Sue Brown or his mama's friend. Remember the lady that owns the junkyard used to work for his mama.
Yeah.
And she believes.
I think it was Jody Sue. I think it was Jody Sue, because but
Don did have beef in that holler. Now, he did have beef. So there was people out there that didn't like Don. That is a fact. I ain't trying to defend Don, but there was people out there that possibly could have had some ill will towards him and his family.
Yeah.
I still think what happened.
Or just somebody just concerned and thought the boys had real guns, and Don's not supposed to have a gun at all, whatever. But
powerful ass BB guns too. Powerful ass BB guns.
Right. But that whole thing was Candace saying, and 2 minutes later I walked back in like a helicopter mom. Well, I know I've had stepkids, and when they're playing on their games, you could tell them anything. You could say, well, your sister walked right by you. Where did she go? And make them believe that, because they're so interested in their games, and they're like, huh? She did? And so they think they were the last ones to see her. You can manipulate a child like that, because when they get into their video games, you can ask them, like, do you want such and such for dinner? They'll say yes and won't even hear a word you say.
Oh, I know. That's how I am when I play a video game too. When I'm a grown ass man, I will just, for some reason, I'll be like, yeah, and I'm really just into the game.
You don't pay any attention to what anybody's saying, and those boys probably think we were the last ones to see her. She went down to the basement, or Candace could have said to them, your sister said she was going down to the basement to play. Did y'all go with her? And they might be like, oh, no, she did.
Yeah.
They could think Summer walked right past them, and she really never did.
Yeah, I don't think Summer was kidnapped at all. Detective Pruitt, he says he don't think she's been kidnapped. He believes she will be found close by there. And that's one of the reasons I keep going back, because I believe Detective Pruitt. I believe.
Well, you remember when Cam and Allie first went up there, and Cam ran down that dog trail with the 40-pound bag of dog food to prove it could be done. You could take a kid. Well, here's my thing is, if somebody picked her up and took her.
Why did Cam go out his way to defend these people so hard?
I don't know. I think Cam and Allie really believed them at first, but I'll tell you, it doesn't make sense.
I don't think
Don
it is.
says,
I don't know.
What-
I don't know.
well, Don says he didn't even know the dog trail was there. All right, well, here's the thing. If somebody had really picked her up and carried her, her scent wouldn't be there.
That's
Her
right.
feet wouldn't have touched the ground.
That's
so
right.
how would they pick up her scent? It's because she used to chase the boys on dirt bikes
Well,
down that path.
they don't like dogs pick up on dead skin cells. And as you move or anything you do, you're dropping
Mhm.
skin cells. Your body's shedding them constantly.
Oh, so
That's
so it
why you
might have-
wash your sheets and blankets and shit, because you're shedding skin constantly like a damn. You just don't see it. It's so small. But these dogs
Right.
with them nose, they can pick up on them cells, skin cells that your body drops, and they can sniff your ass out. Even if somebody was carrying you, you could still leave a scent. Your feet
Well,
don't
the
really have
thing
to
that
touch the ground. That's crazy.
True. But the thing that gets me is people that keep saying she's somewhere on that property. Those dogs, cadaver dogs, everything, they would have sniffed that out. If there was blood, any scent of death, they would have sniffed that out. So I wonder if they had them sniff inside the vehicle, though.
The thing is,
Inside.
if Summer ran around that whole hill, them dogs would have smelled her all over the place.
Everywhere. And the fact that Candace did not give them, we didn't know until her friend Kathy, she had that shirt on the jacket that she had put around, the new school outfit.
Yeah.
She had that jacket tucked away in her little memory box or whatever. And I'm like, why wouldn't, that would have been the last thing she wore. Why wouldn't you have given them that?
Yeah, exactly.
She supposedly gave them supposedly she wore shoes of her brother's that were too big. Candace gave them a shoe or something because that's the best scent.
Let me ask you this. Why did they let this kid go swim in that nasty ass water? And when she got home, they didn't give her a shower.
And why did they only go for 30 minutes knowing that Walgreens prescription was going to be ready? Who goes to all that trouble to take your kid swimming and pick up Hunter? I think Hunter was an alibi for some reason that day.
No, I honestly believe Jose in it. That Candace.
Yeah, I believe what Jose said. I don't believe Jose was there as long as he said.
I do believe he played hero. Some of the stuff he embellished. But I think some of the key facts he said that he used to cut the grass because they're lazy as shit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Things like that.
And cook. And he cooked.
Yeah, I believe that type of stuff.
Because Don was in Utah then. So,
kids were eating nothing but frozen pizzas and shit. And Allie was, I believe that. You know what I'm saying? There
I do
was
too.
fixed income, you can tell. They don't have much.
Well, you hear some people say Don wasn't hurting for money. You make good money as a drywaller. Don said they've never been on welfare or anything like that. Well, what were they doing with their money?
Drinking it and partying with it.
And snorting it.
I think they were smoking it. I don't think they were snorting it.
Well, Don in his habit, but I think Candace was, I don't know.
I think Candace is just a drinker. Like, you meet Candace and Don early in the morning, they're actually pleasant people.
And supposedly her drug test was just positive for marijuana, which is legal in mine in your state, our Virginia, still illegal in Tennessee.
Yeah, but I don't think they should be giving parents hard times. There's so many people that smoke.
No, I don't think so either.
And never do anything wrong. It's these hard drugs that are destroying families.
Well, if any, like, think of every parent in America that drinks. Nobody would have their kids. So it's got to be more than, drinking and whatever.
But it
weed.
Ain't the drinking. It's doing anything in excess. Like when you're drunk every day.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be raising no kid. If you drink every night.
No, hell no.
Fine. I get a dude working all hard and coming home from work, popping him a few beers, watching the game.
Right.
I get that. But if you're drunk every day, you drinking a fifth of liquor just to stop the shake. You
can't raise a kid. You can't raise a kid being that way. No, because you will be passed out, sleep, not able to cook dinner, that kind of, not able to get them off to school, that kind of shit. But I really do. I have always thought from the beginning that she passed out and it wasn't just from a twisted tea. She passed out or something, and I think she
Painkillers.
woke up a couple. Yep, and I think because why? If they got home at 3:30 and Summer was missing in such a short amount of time, but the 911 call wasn't until what 6:20 or something like that, or
It's strange. It's, you know, and not only that, we know when you drink and you mix painkillers with it, right on the bottle it says alcohol may intensify
oh, you're nodding
the
off. Yeah.
of,
Oh, yeah.
of the pain medication. And we know she was drinking that day, and we do know she stopped at a pharmacy. She stopped right at that damn Walgreens,
Yep.
Grandis, and Grandis had a hurt leg. So when you got a hurt leg, what do they usually give you when you're hurt?
Yep.
Pain.
Well, somebody on Benny Keys one time said that Granta started to say it was ibuprofen, which you can get that at the store. But somebody that had went up there and was trying to help him out with the house saw Grandis's pill bottle dated June the 15th.
Oh, Lord.
And it was hydrocodone. That was on Benny Keys like a year ago.
You know, has anybody checked on Benny Keys? I reached out to Benny Keys. I don't want to put it, you know, I like to pick on Benny Keys.
He's going through some hard.
Yeah.
I know some people that talk to him. I don't talk to him. I never go into his chat.
I say all kind of mean things to Benny Keys because he says all kinds of mean things to me. But
yeah, I know.
In the reality of it all, I don't want nothing bad to happen to Benny Keys. I reached out to him and left a message and said, "Hey, call me." Because Benny Keys used to blow my phone up all the time. And all.
Well, have you heard what he's?
Hold on.
I don't want to put this out there because
my phone broke, so I don't have Benny Keys's number. I mean, I had it because he texted me.
I could probably get it for you, but have you heard about his mother?
No.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, I just heard he posted something about like I want to check out. It's been good, y'all. I don't know if he's talking about getting off YouTube or he's talking.
No. Well, apparently he contacted Nicolina. And his mother, I didn't know she was an alcoholic. I know she's gotten like in a lot of his live streams and stuff. But his mother's been beating the crap out of him.
His mom has?
Mm-hmm. Plus he's going through shit with his ex-wife and his visitation.
I mean, I pick on him about the ex-wife because he always talks shit to me.
Right.
So I just do it ribbing him. I don't really mean I don't harm him.
But he always seemed really good when he was with his son, you know. He seems like he treats his son really good.
I thought so too. And you know, he's always talking shit to me, so I go in there and talk shit to him, but I don't mean it. I don't think he means it.
Nah, he's going through something.
So if anybody got his number, shoot it to me. And it ain't like you're
I'm on your.
I used to have it. I just broke my phone and I don't have it anymore.
I'm on your Facebook page, so I can get it from you and shoot it to you too.
And I can tell you this, I can say this. I know he does some grimy shit on the internet. When I was sick with the big C, when that stuff was going around, and I was sick as shit.
Right.
The only person from YouTube to call and check on me was Benny Keys.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, he's got a good heart deep down, and I think he really thought he was helping Donna Candace, and then he realized, kind of like you did, you know, like damn. They screw everybody over.
I have mixed feelings about that one, but in honesty, like I don't want nothing bad to happen to BK. That's all I'm trying to say.
Well, I'm like that with everybody on YouTube, like, you know, even Queen Bee and those people going at you and stuff. I'm like, I don't want to see anything bad happen to anybody.
Yeah, I don't want nothing bad to happen to anybody either.
But words on the internet is one thing, but you know, some people, you know, I've been on YouTube for like about 6 years, and some creators I've watched have died of heart attacks and different things like that, and it's sad. You're like, damn, I was a bitch to her, and that's sad. She had kids.
I play the internet game. Like I'll bitch and go back and forth with people, but in the real world, I don't want nothing bad to happen to you.
I think you have a good heart. I think you have a very good heart.
He call me everything but a white dude. I still, man, at this time, if he's really sad like that, I'm going to reach out to him. You know, like, hey, man, you know, that's the internet. This is the real world. I don't want nothing bad to happen to you, bro.
No, exactly.
Look, I've been through stuff with my baby's mama. I know how rough it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
Maybe
we all go through.
Need somebody to talk to, and hey, I know we don't get along on the internet.
Well,
real world, I think we get along fine.
Remember him and Penny Fizzle that
Yeah,
was running his channel?
yeah.
Well,
She's from
I
around
watched.
here. She lives not too far from me.
Well, I watched a live stream of his, and it was so weird. It was about 3 days ago, and he wouldn't make it sense. He was going back and forth with different things, but evidently they fell out.
Yeah,
And I'm like, wow, she was his ride or die.
yeah, Fizzle rode a long, like I'm saying, even when me and him was going at it, like really going at it, because at
Yeah.
that point, there was a point where he thought I called his baby's mama. Okay, I never knew who his baby's mama was. I never did it. So we were on the phone talking to each
I
other.
wouldn't even know her name. No, hell no.
Fizzle's trying to explain to him, like, Dolly don't know who your baby's mama is, bro. And he's just screaming and screaming. But then he finally got it that I didn't do it, right? He finally got it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you gonna apologize, motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? He's like, F you,
Yeah.
Dolly, F you. Even if you know, because then he knew I didn't do it, right? Because Fizzle done refereed.
Right.
So in Benny's mind, he thinks a lot of people are out to get him. And
yeah, he does.
Really think there are people out to get him because he messes with people. That's part of his thing.
Well, you know the situation with him and Rap,
He
right?
thinks everybody's out to get him. But I told him in the very beginning, I said, man, I would never swat you. I'd never do nothing to hurt your family. I'm going to talk.
No, I don't see you ever doing anything like that.
Yeah,
I know Savage is. I've known who Savage was for about 5 years, and I see as you and her going back and forth. She said shit about you. You said shit about her. She went to your job. I mean.
Yeah, escalated.
I
bad
feel like she needs to leave shit alone. You haven't talked about her in a long time. I mean, it's just craziness.
Yeah.
It's like so many people go real life now, and it never used to be like that. It was like the worst thing that would happen is somebody called somebody a cunt.
Yeah.
And now it's just like escalated.
That's still bad on the internet though. That want to get that.
Well, that used to be the worst thing. Yeah, sorry. Leave that out.
That want to get you stabbed up here on the internet street. Go ahead.
No.
You might as well cancel yourself.
No. Well, I'll let you go. Have a good evening, and I'll let somebody else call in.
All right, you be good.
All right, bye, Dolly.
Peace. Yeah, there's just some things you cannot say around women, and that big C word, boy, will get you canceled. Women hate that. They hate it with a passion. I don't know why, because people give words power, and guys know that, and people know that. So that's why they choose these certain words, because people have given these words power. To me, a word is a word. It's no different. It's what power you give that word, and so that's why people are quick to call somebody that, because they know that will offend you. They know that will upset you. They know that will piss you off. And that's what they're trying to do. The C word is vile. See, everybody has their own, but I don't know why women hate it so bad. If somebody was to call you a vagina, would it be as bad if somebody called you the big C word? See, we can say vagina, but I can't even say the C word. You see what I'm saying? It's because y'all women give that word so much power that if you say it, it's instantly like a horrible, horrible thing, which I wouldn't call a lady that anyway. I think you would have to be from like England. You're bloody. You know what I'm saying? It's like something that just is naturally, I would say. You know what I'm saying? I can't even say it to call someone the C word. Yeah, see? C is the worst. See, I don't know. How did that become this worst word? Like over the big B word? You know what I'm saying? Women don't even matter. Y'all call each other that, but I don't never hear women calling each other the big C word. You know what I'm saying? They might be like, yo, that's my bitch right there. But I don't never hear a woman be like, that's my big C. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear that one. Game of Thorns, it was every other word. Okay. Crime. Benny would do the same for Dolly. I think so. If I was that upset, I think Benny would reach out, if he knew it was real. Now, if he thought it was just me trying to get some attention on the internet, he would talk shit about me. Okay. But if he thought it was real for a minute, I think Benny would reach out. Okay. I do. And that's why I would do the same thing for Benny Keys. And I ain't saying we best friends. He did say we're going to be BFFs for life. Okay. But in all honesty, the real thing is this. I don't want to see anybody, depressed and upset. And and want to hurt themselves. That, you know, that's the thing. And I mean, everybody deals with depression. Some people deal with it better than others, you know? And I just want everybody to know, when I pick on some of these people on the internet, it's just that. It's just picking, right? It's just me playing. It's not, I don't have ill will or hate in my heart. Now, some of these people might hate me, and I get it. Okay, you can hate me. And you can say whatever you want to say about me. That ain't gonna make or break me and change my day. None. Dolly. Hello. Goodbye. Going once. Going twice. No sale. Okay, so whoever that was, you got to get your mic working when you call in, you know. He said, I don't do hate. Life is too short. I agree. Dolly. Dolly. Uh-oh, we got one of those. We got one of those. Oh, wait, she went to talk right when I hung up. My bad. My bad, guys. Call right back, caller. I'm sorry. I don't know what the weird delay is. So, but give me 1 second, guys. Let me grab something to drink. Give me 30 seconds. Dolly.
Can you hear me now, Dolly?
Yes. Can you hold on 1 second? Let me grab my drink real quick.
I will.
All right, hold on. Okay, I'm back with you.
Okay. Hey, Dolly. For some reason, my connection with you is always bad. But this is Spread Love.
Hey, Spread Love.
And I've been trying. Thank you. Hello, darling. I have something that really eats at me about Summer's case that nobody ever talks about. I remember when I'm forgetting his name. That guy that just got arrested for meth that worked with Don.
Dudley.
Yes. I remember him saying that the boys told him the last time they saw Summer, her dad was holding her and crying, and she was sleeping. And then that was before the picture ever came out of that happening. And then that picture came out of Don holding her crying. And that always bothers me. That's why I always question the fact that, because she wasn't dead, I don't think.
I don't think she was dead in any of the pictures. Like the one in the car, I never believed she was dead in the milk picture.
I agree, but it could have been.
I believe she could have been in distress right there, though. That could have been the start of the downfall. But I believe she was alive in the picture. But I believe when that car got home, they never took her out the car. I believe on that heat and her sleeping in that car may have caused her to lose her life.
Yeah, I agree. But it always disturbs me when Dudley said, the boys said the last time they saw Summer, their dad was holding her, she was sleeping, and then he left with her. So that always bothers me, and that makes me think that he knew ahead of time that she was being sold, given away, transferred, protected. I don't know what they might have thought that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I got to say.
Let me tell you this. I know this. Let's say I was taking part in something where you sold a baby, right? And then next thing you know, there's a $75,000 reward for that baby. I'm telling on you. I'm getting that 75,000. You know what I'm saying? And nobody ever told.
Yeah, I know. And $75,000 is a lot of money.
It used to be a lot of money. It used to be a lot of money.
But still, that bothers me. It haunts me.
In the holler, $75,000 is a lot of money. Where I live at, $75,000 ain't a lot of money.
Well, where I live at, that boy said I used 75,000.
That's what I'm saying. Some places 75,000 is like, yeah. Some places like, yeah, I can pay my bills.
Right, for 3 months.
Yeah.
All right, Dolly, thank you for taking my call. I don't know why either you can't hear me or I can't hear you, but also you should know that sometimes when somebody just sounds like they're calling and hanging up, that's not, maybe their connection just gets bad.
Okay. All right. So I'll try not to hang up as quick. Maybe it is something like that. I thought people were just pranking me.
No, it's not that. It's you. It's not going to matter how long you hang on the phone. If the connection's not right and you can't hear me or I can't hear you, that's what happened last time I tried. Time before.
Oh, okay.
One time I called and you couldn't hear me, and one time I called and you called back and I couldn't hear you.
Well, yeah, I know. I just paid my internet bill. That was $150.
Oh yeah, well you could use 75,000.
Yeah, 75,000 I could use. That'd be a lot. That'd be a lot of internet. All right, peace.
Thank you for caring. Thank you for caring so much about our girl.
It ain't no problem.
All right, bye.
Bye. Yeah, I fell down the rabbit hole hard. Like like I said, I was 6 months late to this. Summer had been missing 6 months before I even heard about Summer Wells. I was covering Gabby Petito, and Stony Stone came in and said, "Hey, Dolly, you ever heard of a kid named Summer Wells?" And he's like, "Yo, bro, this is the craziest case you'll ever see. I'm telling you, look into this case, and you will never see nothing like it again in your whole entire life." And I just, for some reason, I looked into it, right? And he was right. He was 100% right. I've never seen a case anything close to Summer Wells. It is I fell down the biggest, hugest rabbit hole in the world, and then it somewhat changed my life a little bit, direction in life a little bit. So it's like, yeah, I think this little girl had a big impact on people, and I don't know what that is. Maybe YNW Melly trial has been going on this week. Yes, day 2 is day 2 of the trial today. I wasn't watching it, but when I'm done here today, I will go back and watch the recaps of the YNW Melly trial. I don't really know if my people would be interested in it because he's a young up and coming rapper, but it's crime and it's murder. And if this was Jams TV, this is what I would have been covering, which would have been the YNW Melly trial, because I covered like Kodak Black, Tekashi 6ix9ine, YNW Melly, King Von, a bunch of these young up and coming people that, were becoming superstars. And YNW Melly, he signed to a major label, huge money, a lot of potential in the music world. Like I said, Murder on My Mind, it's a song that has over 500 million plays, this young man. And he murdered his 2 friends. I do believe he's guilty. I don't think it was a drive-by shooting. Is it possible that it could have been drive-by shooting? Of course, man. Look, they're young, rich gang members, okay? And yes, they could have enemies that could have shot at them. What evidence that the police have shown so far, and because this has been going on for a couple years now, okay? The YNW Melly thing, it's just now going to court. Is ballistics and forensics are showing that these shots were fired from inside the vehicle. Melly was sitting in the back seat. Bortland was sitting driving the vehicle. He shot Sack Chaser and he shot I forget the other guy's name, YNW something, and killed both of them people. They drove around in the vehicle for an hour. The police are using data from all their phones to put them together, all 4 of them in the vehicle together. They're saying that they rode around for an hour after they were shot. Bortland shows up at the hospital with his 2 friends dead in the vehicle, saying they were victims of a drive-by shooting. Okay. Bortland and Melly were charged with murder. And Bortland was able to post bond and get out. They never gave Melly a bond. Dolly.
Yo.
Yeah.
Hey, shit. I've been calling so long I done forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay. It happened.
Okay. I had one thing that I wanted to say. Well, I just see it on TV. You said I was going to tell you fell down the rabbit hole of Ben Hill. Because when you went out there to visit Dawn and Candace, you said they didn't have nothing. You didn't believe they had nothing to do with nothing. That they was very nice people.
Yes. Yeah, I said
But
no. I told Don, I even told Don what I believed happened. I even told Don straight up, I said, I think the little girl died in the car. You know what I'm saying? I've
yeah,
always thought the same thing. But you could show me different. You know what I'm saying? And then he started showing me videos of him searching for
yeah,
Summer Wells and stuff like that. He took me inside the house, but I've never changed what I thought has happened to Summer Wells through the whole time. Is there a
yeah.
possibility that they didn't have anything to do with it? Absolutely. I can't say
I
for
don't
a fact
think it.
what I'm saying is true. I'm just saying this is my opinion on things. Did they do it? I don't. If I knew they did it, they'd be in jail. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Well, I
I don't
mean,
think anybody really knows.
whatever happened to her, I think because of Candace being messed up, that's why she didn't take her to the hospital, because she knew she was going to get in trouble. Now I remember why I called.
Yeah, I believe something similar to that. I believe that
Yeah,
she had been drinking. She had been
yep,
taking medicine with Grandis,
yep,
and they came
and
back on a day that was 80 degrees, and they left
yep,
that little girl in the car.
yep.
And we're at where we're at right now, talking about it.
And she probably still had that jacket on, and as hot as it was, she probably never got out of the car, I'd say.
That's what I'm thinking too. And that's sad,
But
you know. I
yeah,
want the little
but
girl to be alive just like everybody else. You know, I want her to be found and all these things. But I'm a realist. I'm looking at it as a real, like, what could really be going on. Hopeful, yeah. I hope somebody kidnapped her and she's alive out there somewhere. It'd be way better than actually knowing that, these under some neglectful circumstances, this little baby has passed away
right.
and they've covered it up.
Well, I'll tell you, the reason I was calling, I just remembered, so let me just say it before I lose it. Remember a while ago when you said that Dawn loves Candace and he's going to ride or die or whatever?
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't necessarily believe that.
You don't?
No, I think they're both very toxic, and I think that they know so much stuff on each other that they can't tell on each other for nothing.
Yeah, I know. I believe that too. I believe they can't
And
tell on each other. They know everything. They share
yeah,
it.
I think she knows shit on him and he knows shit on her. So they're kind of like bonded, like welded together right now.
I don't know, because when I talked to Don, he acted like Candace couldn't do no wrong and he was the bad guy. That's the impression he gave on me when I said something
that's
like,
why
her out there cheating and blah, blah, blah. He told me, he said, he kind of made it out to be more that he was the bad guy in the relationship than Candace was. To me, that's the impression I got.
Of course he did. He's got to cover her ass, because he don't want her squealing on nothing he's done. Because I bet you his little, both of them's got criminal.
No, I'm talking about far as
history.
cheating. He kind of made it out to be like he was the one that was, dipping outside the marriage kind of thing, and it was more his fault than any of it. He kind of took responsibility for what he done.
Well, yeah, but I still think that they've got so much crap on each other that neither one of them can talk.
Yeah, probably illegal shit. They might talk about their relationship, but they ain't gonna talk about the criminal activity.
Right. And one can't flip on one without both of them going down.
I do remember one thing Candace did tell me that day. Do y'all remember when everybody was going around saying that she was stealing packages off the porch and that she was a package pirate? Do you?
Yeah, I do.
She told me that they actually called her down to the police station and interviewed her and thought she was actually the porch pirate.
Oh, Lord.
She told me that. I was like, you serious? She's like, yeah. They took me down there and thought that was really me. I was like, damn. I was like, okay.
You think they were just looking for something to get her down there on?
I don't
If
know.
they can't get,
They brought her down there. She told me that they had brought her down there because they thought she was the one stealing packages off of porches. They really thought that, and she didn't steal no packages off no porches. What she was saying, but from the internet, and I guess shit, they thought she was the porch pirate, and they actually brought her down there and interviewed her over it.
well, if they was going off of the internet, they'd have done had her locked up. With
I
what
guess,
everybody's saying.
Was it the internet that ran when she was the porch pirate? I can't remember. I just know the picture looked similar to Candace.
Yeah, it did.
Stealing a package off a porch.
Yep, it was. And then when Dawn was in jail and Candace was missing, then it was going around that she was pregnant. Remember?
Oh, Benny Keys' baby.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, she was pregnant. And then another thing, another theory that I don't think anybody's...
she's in her 40s. What's the chances most 40-year-old women ain't having babies?
I don't know. I know long as your girls or women are having long as they're having their monthly, they can have a baby.
Yeah, I got you. I feel you.
But another theory that I don't know if anybody has really worked over, and I am just wondering, with Grandis taking off so early after Summer came up missing.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a theory now. Would it be humanly possible for the possibility of them not having much reaction, or neither one of them acts like they really give a big toot?
Yeah. And
the reason, could it possibly be because they don't? Because she's not?
I can tell you this. I'd be putting search parties together every week until I search every fucking last inch of that whole entire Ben Hill, Beach Creek. As a parent, I just would act different than they do.
But what I'm saying is, that message on June the 4th, they showed them text messages between her, and
I got one.
Yeah, and it says it's done, and the whole thing that was the same thing that was said on June the 15th.
Yeah, and what kind of drug dealer? Hunter said that when he looked through her phone, there was a drug dealer in it. I wonder what kind of drugs Candace was doing that, usually people don't call the weed man a drug dealer,
Right. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. JS says it was Andy.
Huh.
Yeah. She said it was Andy. She said it was Andy selling drugs to him to keep the kids.
She said so much stuff that once she became like a YouTube person, I just couldn't put much into her because YouTube people say any damn thing for a click and a view. So I stopped believing her so much. But in the beginning, I believed she heard the scream, and then she just started adding to it.
Yeah.
You got to have something to talk about if you're going to do fucking 10-hour live streams,
Yeah, really. But this is what I'm wondering. Is there a possibility that Summer could be alive and got shipped out of there by somebody and taken to somebody's relative in Utah? Or wherever they're at, Arkansas. Where are they at now? Arkansas?
Yeah, but even your family are telling you for $75,000. I think everybody in my family would have done told on me.
Well, yeah, but if they're hiding her out,
we love you and all, but we broke, bro. We need that 75. You going to jail? You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, But what if they did it to keep CPS? Maybe they knew that CPS was coming for the
CPS
boys.
had already been there.
Well, it says Dawn.
Yeah.
Says nobody else but Dawn, right?
Well, that's what he told me, that they were there the day before over the BB
Right.
Kings and her climbing on the roof, and they had left, that they wasn't coming back the next day, like everybody
Well,
on the internet said.
do you think they would have come that day with that place looking like such a mess?
Well, I mean, I don't know what it looked like on the day they came there. I only know what it looked like when Chris McDonough went in it. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't see the video Chris took of it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'd seen. That's the only time I seen the house other than in person was when Chris McDonough walked through the house.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was like when she went missing. I can only compare it to what Chris McDonough did, because that's the only time I had ever seen inside the house other than when I went in there myself.
Right. Well, I was just wondering, everybody's kind of like thinking that she's dead or whatever, but I'm wondering, could she have been took out of there
Anything?
to keep CPS from taking her?
Yeah, I would say so. I think anything's possible. I mean,
and that's why. Could that be why Candace and Dawn don't want to talk about her? You know, they go. You know, everybody's panel. They go on. They avoid everything they can about her.
On the panels that are talking about her, they know what things are going on before they go. You know, they know they're going to be talking about her. So, I don't know.
But they go on there and they just want to tell their sob story about poor them.
Yeah, that they're
victims. Poor me.
And then they might be victims. If this comes out and they're victims, there's going to be a lot of people that owe these people an apology, including me. I'll be the first one to give it. I'll be the first one to give it. You know, I'm like, oh, I'm stupid. I'm sorry. It wouldn't be the first time I was wrong. You know what I'm saying?
The only reason I can think of him saying in the beginning that 3 hours later that he'd see her in the resurrection.
That's insane. But look, I got to get ready to get out of here. So look, I want to thank you for calling in, and until next time.
Think about it though.
I will.
What if she's holed up somewhere to keep CPS from getting her, and they know where she's at, and that's why they're not so. You know, who knows?
Don't care.
Maybe Candace
knows she's safe.
Right.
I don't know.
Exactly. That's why I don't know.
I just
threw that out there.
I've sat with Candace. I watched her go from laughing to crying in 3 seconds. She carries hurt. That hurt's coming from somewhere. That kid ain't alive. I hate to say it.
You don't think?
Yeah, I don't think. I can't say for factually she's not alive. But
I don't know why
that
they don't
woman
put them
carries
in.
a lot of hurt. And it's either from hurt from somebody doing something horrible to her kid, or it's hurt from something she's done. I don't know. I just know the lady's hurt.
Yeah, I think she had a hard life. I think she had a hard life growing up. And then Dawn, I think he had a hard life. And they become professional.
But you know, life is what you make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Life is hard when you make it hard.
But they became professional manipulating criminals.
For sure. But look, hey, I got to get out of here and wrap it up. Good talking to you. And when I get a little bit more time, we'll chop it up again.
All righty. Later. Bye.
Take it easy. Peace. All right, guys, I got a few more minutes and I got to get out of here. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope and pray that there's answers for Summer Wells. Okay. It's going on 2 years. We're a couple days from the 2-year anniversary of her going missing. Make sure you guys light a candle, share a picture, release some balloons, F the environment. They're going to clip that. But I'm going to be releasing some balloons. Okay. Y'all can hold me responsible for the destruction of the planet if you want. But hey, I'm releasing some balloons for that kid. They're biodegradable though. I bought biodegradable ones. It even says it on the bag. I'll show it before y'all said I tore up the planet, because I get blamed for everything. But I'm going to release some balloons. I'm going to do a little live stream, and it's just to sharing pictures and things like that. Since I can't be there, I'm just going to do it virtually. Okay. So you guys are more than welcome to join me. They said they're not going to stream the stuff that is going on in Tennessee. So there's really nothing to watch down there from Tennessee that day. It's all just everybody do their own thing. Okay. So make sure you share the picture, share a little bit about her, and just spread a little bit of awareness. Okay. Because that's what it's about anyway. And I know what you're thinking. Dahlia, we all know about Summer Wells. Yeah, but we're the true crime community. There's a million communities and they don't know about Summer Wells. You got friends right now on your Facebook feed that have no clue to who Little Summer Wells is. Let's change that. And it's easy. It's free. Don't cost you nothing. And you're doing something good. And I can promise you this, when you do something good, it's going to come back to you. Something good is going to happen to you for doing something good. I promise you, Dolly gives you his word. Do something good and good things are going to come your way. Okay. Promise you. That's the only thing I'll give my word on. Right. Be a decent person and decent things most likely will happen for you. Okay. Don't forget Dolly merch, t-shirts, hoodies, soaps, lotions. Get you a Turtle Gang bracelet. Good way to support us, right? To support the channel. They're on the merch store. Everything's 25% off when you use promo code DollyLove, all capitals. Because that's the secret ingredients to everything. To this channel, to the merch, it's just a little bit of Dolly love. Dolly loves you, and I'll see you guys tonight for Turtle Island around 9:30, 10 o'clock, 9, 10 o'clock, somewhere around there is Turtle Island. Somebody has to leave tonight, so join me for a little bit of fun, hanging out, laughs, jokes, and let's get somebody off the damn island tonight. Dolly's out. Peace.